Welcome back. Today, we're diving into something that's literally sitting right on your desk, running in your server rooms, and quietly powering our entire global economy. Technology drives our world forward, right? But there is an absolute urgent need to rethink our relationship with the hardware that makes it all possible. What actually happens when those enterprise devices reach the end of their life? In this explainer, we're going to break down how forward-thinking organizations are ditching wasteful habits and completely transforming their operations by creating circular IT ecosystems. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for transforming corporate IT infrastructure into a profitable, compliant ecosystem. We'll start with the hidden e-waste crisis, transition into circular IT, and calculate your return on sustainable IT. After that, we'll navigate e-waste compliance, explore AI-enabled infrastructure, and wrap up by building responsible tech ecosystems. So Section 1, the hidden e-waste crisis and the environmental cost of our digital growth. Let me ask you a direct question. Think about your own workplace for a second. What happens to your old corporate laptop when a new hire starts? Does it just sit in a drawer gathering dust? Does it get thrown out? In an enterprise setting, when you multiply that single laptop by thousands of employees, you really start to see the massive scale of the problem we're dealing with. 50 million. Yeah, you heard that right. That is the staggering number of metric tons of toxic e-waste generated worldwide every single year. It's actually the fastest growing waste stream on the planet. And the impact doesn't just stop at the landfill. To put things into perspective, within the next decade, the upstream extraction of raw materials, manufacturing, and transport of digital devices could account for nearly 25% of all global carbon emissions. It's wild. Traditional IT consumption is just fundamentally unsustainable. And this brilliantly illustrates the core issue. The traditional global technology sector basically runs on a broken, linear model. We take raw materials, make a device, use it for a bit, and dispose of it. Contrast that with the circular economy, a continuous, sustainable loop of sharing, leasing, reusing, repairing, refurbishing, and eventually recycling. This is how you extend the value of technology and actually minimize the waste. Moving on to Section 2. Transitioning to circular IT and extending device value. Okay, so the baseline for responsible tech is a concept called green computing. It tackles environmental impacts across 4 really critical dimensions. First up, green use, maximizing energy efficiency while devices are actually active. Second is green disposal, responsible recycling and proper e-waste management. Third, we have green design, which is engineering non-toxic, highly energy-efficient hardware and software from the jump. And finally, green manufacturing, minimizing resource and water consumption during the actual production process. Let's see how this builds into a practical, everyday framework, the circular IT hierarchy. The whole premise here is to keep products in use at their absolute highest value for as long as possible. So step 1 is simply longer use, achieved through solid service agreements and maintenance. If we can't do that, step 2 is refurbishing the device for a second life. Step 3 is remanufacturing or rebuilding products entirely. And only as a last resort, step 4, do we recycle through accredited channels. Because really, every device deserves a second life before it gets recycled. Right. Section 3, calculating return on sustainable IT, or the financial viability of green tech. Now, what's really interesting about this is a game-changing metric known as ROSI, or Return on Sustainable IT. This formula completely reframes the conversation. It proves that sustainability isn't just an operational expense. By adding up OPEX savings, CAPEX recovery, and compliance value, and then dividing that by your sustainable IT investment, you see real, tangible profit. Transitioning to energy-efficient hardware and circular leasing models doesn't just save the planet, guys. It generates measurable financial returns. So how does this actually play out in the real world? Well, different industries are achieving massive operational and financial value by integrating ESG mandates right into their core digital tech. Take healthcare, where eco-friendly hospitals are pushing for zero-waste processes while keeping diagnostics incredibly precise. In travel, AI-powered route optimization is slashing fleet fuel costs and emissions. And in Industry 4.0, integrating modern supply chain ERPs and automated workflows can literally lower factory IT spend by up to 40% compared to legacy on-premises setups. Which brings us to Section 4, e-waste and EPR compliance, navigating the regulatory realities. So, the crucial point here is that high-security enterprise operations demand highly certified processes. Enter Extended Producer Responsibility, or EPR. Organizations have to navigate this whole EPR ecosystem. verify the authenticity of their recycling partners, guarantee sustainable material recovery, and maintain incredibly rigorous circular economy reporting. You can't just toss enterprise servers into a dumpster. Certified partners are absolutely essential to manage secure data erasure, think NIST 888 standards, and to actually earn valid EPR credits. To handle this level of complexity, organizations really have to rely on strategic partners. Take the Chanchal Group, for example. They step in to provide end-to-end support by actively managing those legacy e-waste and recycling ecosystems, ensuring completely secure asset handling and reverse logistics. And right alongside that, they offer full EPR enablement, helping enterprises transparently manage their compliance, authenticity validation, and all those broader sustainability obligations. Section 5. AI and Sustainable Infrastructure. Technology as the enabler. It's kind of a paradox, right? Technology creates waste, but deploying advanced digital systems is the exact tool we need to solve it. AI powers predictive analytics to optimize resource life cycles. IoT sensor networks keep an eye on energy and space utilization in real time. Smart HVAC optimization drastically cuts down facility energy usage. In blockchain-based verification systems, they track ESG compliance data immutably, effectively eliminating greenwashing risks. Technology itself drives a smarter, more sustainable ecosystem. I absolutely love this thought from Simi Damija, the chief operating officer over at Ionos. She says enterprises do not need more AI ambition. They need a partner who can make AI real across their entire business. This hits the nail on the head when it comes to sustainability. You don't just need the ambition to be green. You need a highly accountable partnership that can securely build and manage these advanced networks, with resilience and sustainability embedded at every single layer. And finally, Section 6, Building Responsible Technology Ecosystems for Vision 2030. So how do modern organizations actually structure all these massive efforts? Well, Chanchal Group operates right at this really unique intersection of IT infrastructure solutions and ESG and sustainability. By bringing these two traditionally separate tracks together, they are able to drive real carbon reduction, promote practical circular economy practices, and ensure that our rapid digital transformation doesn't come at the expense of the environment. Executing a vision like that takes a seriously comprehensive methodology. It starts with full end-to-end capabilities, ESG consulting and transformation to plan out the framework. That's followed by robust IT asset recovery and e-waste channelization to handle the physical hardware decommissioning. And finally, integrating AI-enabled IT ecosystems and smart digital networks. It's the whole shebang, a complete cycle from initial sustainability assessment to continuous future-ready deployment. Because really, what we're talking about here isn't just checking off a regulatory compliance box. It's about building a fundamentally responsible tech ecosystem and a true circular economy. It's about recognizing the fact that yesterday's technology literally becomes tomorrow's resources. We are building a digital future based on trust, innovation, and serious environmental stewardship. Which brings us to the end of this explainer. And I want to leave you with a slightly provocative question to chew on. Take a hard look at your own operations. Is your organization's technology lifecycle and digital infrastructure truly sustainable for 2030 and beyond? The old linear model of taking, making, and disposing, it's over. The transition to circular IT is already here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.